what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. We're going to have open conversation today. Feel free to give me a call on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks and Buzz Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Gary's Auto Sales, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. And by the way, a big shout out to Bright Stripe. They redid our parking lot out here, new blacktop, sealant and lines there, so everybody knows where we can park now. It looks great. So, if you're considering doing something similar to whether it's your driveway or your parking, cruise on by the studios and check out the great job that Bright Stripe did. You'll be impressed, I think. All right, a couple of things on my list here. So you might remember back, I think it was back in 2023. I might be wrong on that as to when all this took place. When Bud Light started a campaign with what's his name? Dylan Mulvaney, a transgender crossdresser, whatever, and their sales plummeted. And as a result, after years and years as the number one selling beer in America, Bud Light lost their place to Modelo Especial beer, Mexican beer. They've been knocked off now. Michelob Ultra is now the best-selling beer in the United States. So, by the way, just point out here, Bud Light and Michelob, same owners, Anheuser-Busch. So, I don't know. Maybe things are all right with the world again. I don't know. Okay, here. What else here? Hamas. Hamas has apparently sent a letter to President Trump, although he doesn't have it yet. It's being sent by way of Qatari officials. But Hamas is suggesting that if the president can guarantee a 60-day ceasefire, they will immediately release half of the hostages that they are still holding, which is estimated to be 48. So your thoughts on that? I mean, this comes on the heels last week when the president was in Great Britain. Excuse me. He was saying, Hamas, you need to release all of them now. Here's your last chance. Release them all now, or you'll find out what's going to happen. So your thoughts on Hamas's, I guess, maybe response to that. All righty. Let me see. We can chat about the Steelers' victory yesterday. I don't know. I think it's one of those ones where they snatched victory out of the jaws of defeat. If you look at the statistics and take away the turnovers, because that's what really saved the Steelers yesterday. But you take away, you look at the rest of the statistics. There's no way the Steelers should have won yesterday. Their defense, 5 takeovers. But until those until those fumbles happened, until that interception happened, New England's marching down the field constantly on them. Offense could do nothing. Nothing. I think Aaron Rodgers finished with 201 yards passing. He had only about 80 yards passing at the half. The team, if it wasn't for those turnovers, it was an ugly win. But a win's a win. They're 2-1 heading into Dublin, Ireland against Minnesota on Sunday. By the way, it's like a 9 a.m. game Sunday morning. So if you want to watch the game, you're going to have to get up early. Maybe go to church Sunday night or Saturday night instead of Sunday if you want to watch it. Your thoughts on Jimmy Kimmel? ABC has, as they say, temporarily pulled the show. They are broadcasting other stuff. I think the other night it was Family Feud Celebrity. A lot of people say that they caved into government pressure, that threats from the FCC. Others are saying, well, it was just inevitable that Jimmy Kimmel had said some things that were totally counter, apparently, to what actually took place and what was announced concerning Charlie Kirk's assassination, and that he had plans to double down on that the next night. And so ABC said, no, we're not going to let you go there. Also, that ratings had been dropping on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So there's two sides to the arguments here. I would like to think that it was strictly due to ratings and loss of revenue that ABC made this decision. I fear, I don't know that this is the case, that there was undue pressure from the FCC and maybe even the White House. And if that's the case, quite frankly, I got a problem with that. That impinges on freedom of speech, the First Amendment, the government sticking its nose in and stifling speech. It's one thing if ABC wants to do it; they're a private company. But if the government sticks its nose in and tries to do it, that's against the First Amendment, and I do have problems with that. So your thoughts on that, if you will. And of course, I mentioned Charlie Kirk in this little thing about Jimmy Kimmel, and so want to bring up also the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The funeral memorial was held yesterday in Arizona at the stadium there. 90,000 plus packed the stadium for the service, for the memorial. Others outside watching, I believe, large screen TVs. Just a huge funeral that took place. So your thoughts on the last 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, if you will. Now, if you'll bear with me, I did put some words on paper here, my feelings about the whole thing. Charlie Kirk is a name most of us, if not all of us, have heard by now. I didn't know Charlie Kirk, never met him. I was aware of him. Charlie Kirk, first and foremost, was a Christian. His mission was to spread the gospel, sharing Christian values, conservative values. I knew Charlie Kirk had founded Turning Point USA and that he posted videos of debates and conversations he had with students on college campuses across the country. And when one of those posts popped up on my social media feed, I would watch. And I wish I had watched more, and I will in the days to come. When it came to debating, Charlie Kirk knew his subject. The subject did not matter whether it was abortion, immigration, DEI, the economy, race, or religion. It did not matter. He was prepared, and he was ready to debate the side of righteousness and common sense as he saw it. And more importantly, when Charlie Kirk debated, he did so with calmness and respect for the person he was debating, because he knew that person believed in their arguments, right or wrong. Charlie Kirk believed that if he could engage in a respectful, calm conversation, he had an opportunity to change that person's mind, and he was often successful. Charlie Kirk had an idea, and at the age of 18 started to bring that idea to fruition. That idea was that if he could engage fellow young adults, promoting conversation, promoting conservative values, he could change minds. He felt that if he could go to where young adults were, college campuses, and reaching out on social media and with videos and content, whether it was through YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, he could change minds and hearts. Following his death, Charlie Kirk's Instagram account has nearly doubled to 12.5 million followers. TikTok has gained 2 million followers and shared videos climbing to almost 50 million. His YouTube account has gained 3.8 million followers, and his Facebook page has gained 3.4 million followers. His organization, Turning Point USA, has chapters on over 900 college campuses, over 1,000 high school clubs, and over 800 faith-based groups. His idea is working. He challenged our youth to be engaged, to be better, to question and not be afraid to speak out. He urged them to seek Christ and to find a church. Recent polling suggests that church attendance with Gen Z has nearly doubled since 2020. He argued that without a solid moral base, there is no right or wrong, no accountability. Charlie Kirk knew his positions did not set well with some, that others despised him or even hated him, that others wanted to silence him and wished that he would go away. But I believe it was these others that he truly wanted to reach out to and openly invited them to his events, to debate him, to change his mind. It was a catchphrase to start a conversation because conversation was the only way to change minds. Charlie Kirk knew that others might wish to harm him, but he would not let those threats stop him. It would not stop him because he was firm in his belief of what he was doing, and he was firm in his faith in Jesus. He was not afraid to state his own belief in both. In the end, an assassin's bullet may have silenced Charlie Kirk, but it did not silence his ideas and mission. Others have and will take up his cause. Charlie Kirk won't be replaced, but his words will continue to live. And as his organization continues to grow, those words will get stronger and louder. I truly believe that the act of a coward has awakened a sleeping giant, and that sleeping giant is conservatism and common sense, a notion of right and wrong. Conservatism for too long has stayed in the shadows, not willing to engage and not willing to defend its ideas. No more. Conservatism has emerged from the shadows and is here to stay. And to those who wish to debate the issues, conservatism will gladly take up the challenge. It has been said by others that Charlie Kirk's assassin will one day die. Well, Charlie Kirk is gone and is no longer a part of this world. But he continues to live in our hearts and minds and in the arms of his Creator. Charlie Kirk was a Christian, and he knew where he was destined for. He was a Christian, and that, more than a movement he started, is what he would want to be remembered for. This is What's on Your Mind. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. That is the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Give me a call. We're going to take a quick little break. Both lines are open, and we'll start some conversation right after this.
Shopping for replacement windows in Fayette County? Metropolitan Window Company elevates your shopping experience.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, a family-owned and operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you'll experience personalized knowledge, expertise, and professionalism from our first visit to your home until our craftsmen complete your installation.
We're the window company that people want in their homes, and our exclusive Infinity by Marvin 100% fiberglass windows are the windows people love.
They're built for life. They are the strongest, longest lasting windows you can buy.
We have a great selection of colors and finishes. We service the entire Fayette County area and will come to your home. Visit us at metropolitanwindows.com or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
For professional cleaning services, Clean and Shine in New Stanton is the place for you. They provide commercial and residential cleaning, porter services, carpet cleaning, stripping and waxing, construction cleanups, and car cleaning. For free estimates, call 724-691-0413, email info@cleanandshine14.org, or visit their website, cleanandshine14.org. We clean so you can shine.
Concerned about your heart health? At WVU Medicine, we believe your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. Our non-invasive cardiology team uses advanced tests like stress tests and cardiac MRI to diagnose and monitor heart conditions without surgery. Call 877-WVU, the number 4HRT, or visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
Faith in Blue is back. The annual kickball tournament at Bailey Park in Uniontown connects local law enforcement and faith leaders with the community in an inspiring and family-friendly setting. It is an event that promotes unity, community pride, and most importantly, fun. Faith in Blue will feature free food, games for the kids, photo ops, and, of course, the kickball tournament. To register players, which include children ages 6 through 12, in the October 11th tournament, visit myfaithassembly.churchcenter.com.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. Open conversation, 724-438-4593. Let's get our first call. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hi, Russ. Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
And your words about Charlie were very kind. And that's just a little bit of what I wanted to mention. You know, I'm not sorry what happened with Jimmy Kimmel. I've heard their ratings between him and Colbert. Their ratings were in the gutter, and but to go on live TV and practically celebrate a death, to me, you deserve what you get now. And the next ones I would like to see would be these so-called congressional ladies. Jasmine Crockett, what rock did she come out from under?
I don't know. And
know?
Apparently she's hurt that only two fellow Democrats voted with her not to recognize Charlie Kirk.
They're pathetic. AOC, she's no different. You know, she plans to run for president. Hopefully it's in Africa. Not here. But, you know, one of the things that impressed me after Charlie Kirk was murdered, you didn't see what you saw after George Floyd was killed. our people, if that's the only way to say it, conservative people could have done the very same thing. The robbing, the looting, everything, burning buildings down, but they didn't. When did we become a country of hate and violence and lose dignity and respect? It's just amazing. You know, you don't have to agree with people, but you don't shoot them or kill them because you don't like what they said. You know, our president has gone through, he's been called everything. He's been accused of everything. Now it's his fault Charlie Kirk died, and it'll just go on like that forever. And thank God the man pays no attention to it.
Right.
He does his job, and that's the important thing. But as far as Kimmel and Colbert, I don't care if they ever come back on.
So, Tony, is there a concern for you, though, that this was brought on by government pressure? His hiatus.
Well, maybe somebody finally got whatever it takes to put a stop to this. You know?
But again, it's one thing if ABC, you know, put a pause on Jimmy Kimmel and his show because of ratings, and if it was a business decision.
Yeah.
It's another thing if the government, if the FCC, which it's a separate entity from, you know, it's part of the government, but it's not. It's there to you know, be a watchguard over our television wavelengths and radio wavelengths. So, but it's still it's considered, you know, by so many people part of the government, and therefore it falls under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. So if are you concerned by the appearance anyway that the FCC, the government, kind of threatened ABC?
Well, I would hope that that's not what the case is. Don't pressure because of a political thing. Between Colbert and Kimmel and the Seth and the rest of them, they started out as comedians, and then they became political, and they were no longer funny because they just don't know anything else. There are good comedians out there. Why don't you put them on? Let these guys go their separate ways. They're both cutting on ABC, and I think it's NBC, whatever, and just let them go. So, you know, they obviously haven't learned their lesson.
Yeah.
I believe in freedom of speech. I do. But not when it comes to celebrating a person's death. I'm sorry.
No.
Whether I like that person or not, you know, and one other thing, you know, these AOC and her gang have called President Trump a communist and everything. Look what they're putting in New York City.
Well,
that
Mondami.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yet they're all falling in love with him. They like the way he parts his hair, the way he smiles, not what's in his head. And of course, what's in his head's not good either. But you know, instead of going, for instance, a person like Charlie Kirk, who is fighting to keep religion and all of that, and these people have no interest in that whatsoever. So, anyways, I've taken enough of your time.
So there is, I don't know if you've seen it, it's making the rounds on the internet now. There is a old clip of Johnny Carson being interviewed on, I believe it's 60 Minutes.
Well,
and I can't remember if it's Mike Wallace that's the interviewer or not. I don't remember who this 60-minute person was.
Yeah.
But he basically asked Johnny, he says, there are those that they're upset that you don't use your position to talk politics or to promote a certain value, whatever. And Johnny Carson, he comes back, he says, yeah, I'm aware of it, and it is tempting, but he says that's not my job. That's not. He says, for one thing, you've got an audience that half are going to be with you and half are going to be against you.
Exactly.
So why do you want to? Why would I want to? He says, alienate half of my audience. That's not what we're here for.
Exactly. Well, celebrities seem to think that they can do no wrong, and I think they're now learning. Yeah, you can. You know, there's a saying. I'll leave you with this: a closed mouth gathers no feet. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you soon, Russ.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, Tony, thanks for your call. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, both lines are open. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line is 724-438-4593. Give me a call. So what Tony said about celebrities and what, you know what, they have their right to speak as well. And I don't want to deny them that. I think, though, however, you got to know your audience, and there's a time and a place for that. The Emmys were held last week, and I didn't watch it. I'm just seeing news accounts of it. I don't watch those award shows. I could not possibly care less on who's the best actor or actress and support. I could not possibly care less. I don't care. So I don't watch them. There was one of an award winner. She got up and spouted some stuff. She was anti-Israel, pro-Palestine, I guess. You know what? If I'm watching it, I don't need that. I get that from the news. I get that from protests that I might see. I'm watching for entertainment. You know, maybe I'm looking for a little humbleness too in when you're thanking all those around you that helped you get this award. I don't want that sense of relaxation, enjoyment ruined by political sting, whether I agree with it or not. That's not why I'm watching the show. If I want to get content, if I want to get somebody's opinion on something, I'm going to turn on the news. And that's where I think so many celebrities don't get it. Know your audience. Know your audience. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Good afternoon, Rush. Welcome back. This is Bill from the Great Oman Valley.
Oh, hey, thanks, Bill. Glad to be back.
That's good to hear your voice, my friend. I got a little comment. Okay, you talk about celebrities making comments like on like Jimmy Kimmel and so on and so forth. Now, to me, that's been going on for a very long time, and I don't agree with everything they say. I don't disagree with everything they say. You know, it's kind of like 50-50. But they were there to make people laugh, and their audience at nighttime, who knows who it is? It could be a bunch of older people who needed a laugh. You know, we all need a laugh here and there, you know. Now, talking about somebody, you know, joking about somebody's passing away is definitely nothing to laugh about. It's nothing to make jokes about. You know, it's somebody's loved one, son, child, father, brother, sister, whatever, you know, mom, dad, grandparents. But to me, they need to have their what do you call it when the monologue?
Mm-hmm.
They need to have that screened. I feel that if somebody would screen them, if they don't, I think that would be a good idea, because a lot of their stuff that they talk about is kind of funny. You know, makes you laugh.
Yeah, but you know, Bill, not a bad idea. But how do you go about that? I mean, if you're working in a culture that, you know, is biased in one direction or not or the other,
right?
And a lot of that company is biased in that direction. How do you then monitor the opening monologue? If it's going in a direction that you, as the, we'll just say, editor, is on board with, how do you know that it's going overboard in that direction?
That's the million-dollar question. You don't know, and if there's only one person monitoring it, and I think there should be a few of them, maybe 4 or 5 or so, just to everybody's on board, just to get things straight. But again, that's the million-dollar question: who would be monitoring that situation? Because a lot of times it's out there, and once it's out there, it's all bets are off. What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that these guys, I like a lot of their comments, and again, like I said, I hate a lot of their comments because just what happened last week. That was a needle in the eye, so to speak, because that was very painful. And I, as I said before, I didn't even know the gentleman who got murdered. I've never heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not sleeping under a rock, but I just heard of the guy. I don't listen to them kind of that kind of format on TV or whatever. My brother's friend had told us about it, and it's like, okay, well, sad to hear somebody got murdered. But it was okay. I went back to our normal conversation because I didn't know the guy. Not that I forget about him and say, oh, it's good to hear he passed away. No, that's completely opposite. I don't think that way at all. But I just think I wish there was some way that they can monitor their monologue and see what happens. I mean, maybe the FCC can come up and say, hey, look, we'll let you talk about this, that, and the next thing, but you have to be very, very careful, and you have to be scrutinized for what you say, and make sure that you know if there's a wrong thing said or something that you're arbitrary against somebody, and in a way like that you make sure that there's consequences after that, just like happened with Kimmel. Did he know there's consequences after that? Probably when he said that was probably the first thing from his mind.
So, but I hear what you're saying, Bill. But I do have, there's places for Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert and others where they can go and say exactly what they've said that got them kicked off the air.
Exactly.
They could go to cable. And when I say cable, cable is not regulated like TV stations.
Exactly.
The government owns the rights to the airwaves.
Right.
And they rent those airwaves to CBS, NBC, ABC, WNBS.
Correct.
And there are certain rules that must be followed. I mean, there's certain words I am not allowed to say on this radio station. There are certain words that are not allowed to be spoken on network TV during certain hours. Certain content, the family viewing hours, things are kind of regulated a little bit. But once you get into those late night shows now, those regulations, those guidelines go away because it's outside the family viewing hours.
Right, exactly.
But to come back and even if it's maybe a whisper even from the FCC to a TV station saying, oh, I think we need to start doing a little background check and investigating. That right there, that has a chilling effect on ABC, and that lends itself to censorship brought on by the government. And I have a problem with that.
Right, exactly.
Again, if truly ABC put a pause on Jimmy Kimmel Live because it was a business decision based off of the cost of production, based off the loss of advertising revenue. I understand from what I've read the main demographic that sponsors are looking for, I think it's 18 to 35.
Right.
That ratings had dropped immensely. So if it was truly a business decision, okay, great. But if it happened because of a nudge or a whisper from the FCC, then I have a problem with that.
Exactly. And look at I shouldn't say rating, but look at the consequences with Disney, what they lost.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the exact number, but I heard Friday somewhere around in the billions of dollars. That is a substantial amount of money that any organization, any company is losing.
Well, I don't think that billions and billions was due to Jimmy Kimmel. I think that was within the entire structure of the company, not just one show.
But they're going to blame that on that. You know how that works because that's their short way of getting out of a long problem.
Okay.
But okay, Russ.
Hey, Bill, I got to run. Yep, got to get a quick break.
You have a great day.
Thanks. You
Thank
too.
you. Bye now.
Hey, to the caller online too. Bear with me. I got to take a quick break, but you're going to be first up right after this.
Hey all, it's Josh Krysak here again with Ron Romeo from Ultimate Structures. Ron, you're the expert. What advice would you offer someone looking to invest in a new shed or metal building?
First, the customer must validate if they meet local codes, no matter what type of structure they are thinking of. Both of the manufacturers that I represent want to be sure the structure is permitted to be built or placed on a specific property.
Makes sense. When you're ready to take your storage building game to the next level, call Ultimate Structures at 724-415-0020. Ultimate Structures, just outside of Perryopolis. They design what you desire. Visit them today at their mega lot on Route 51 southbound in Perryopolis. That's Ultimate Structures, 724-415-0020.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Say hello to fall. Your flair, your way. Strap, 34 South Street in downtown Uniontown, located in the State Farm Building rear. We're known for our distinguished Western, Southwest, and boho accessories, including custom and concealed carry handbags, but we offer a large variety of fashionable styles. And just refreshed for fall, we have an amazing selection of spiny oyster, turquoise, nickel silver, copper, and gemstone fun fashion jewelry. And we're so excited to bring you affordable indulgence. 24% lead crystals wrapped in tarnish-free silver and gold wire for enhanced clarity, brilliance, and sparkle. These bracelets, pendants, earrings, and bands are stunning and show-stopping, to say the least. Strap, 34 South Street in downtown Uniontown, 724-557-6184. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 5. Not high-end, just nice-end. Strap, you're sure to adore us, and you'll love our prices.
It's a day that ends in Y, so it's a day that you might decide you don't want to cook. That means it's the perfect day to order Fat Angelo's. Offering delicious pizzas, salads, hoagies, strombolis and calzones, wings, and more. And with 12 locations across the area ready to serve you, today is the day to visit FatAngelosPizza.com, where you can quickly and conveniently find your local shop and place your order online. Or get the local phone number and give them a call. Order up!
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. Open conversation. Give me a call at the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. Hello, thanks for holding and welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Good, yourself?
All right, pretty good.
Good.
I was listening to your program.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a comment.
Okay, your name?
I didn't know.
Your name?
My name, Pete.
Hey, Pete. Okay, Pete.
Yeah. I was listening to this Charlie Kirk. I didn't know him, but last few days I listened to what he said, and he said hate speech is free speech, and it should never be regulated, and you should never fool with it and try to regulate it. Now, that's what Charlie Kirk said. But the president, he's on there all the time spewing hate speech. In fact, he did it yesterday when he said he hated the Democrats, and they were the part, the far left was the part. So when a president is elected president, he's elected not just for Republicans, but for Democrats too, and he's supposed to govern.
Mm-hmm.
But he forgets that, and he sprues hate speech all the time. So what's he think the people out here is going to do? I'm not for hate speech.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any place for it. I'm going to defend somebody's right to spew that filth.
Yeah.
It's not that I agree with it. Now, if I may, I did not watch the funeral yesterday. I saw bits and pieces on the news this morning, outtakes of it and everything. I did not hear that specifically. If I may, kind of put thoughts to what President Trump said when he said he hates Democrats. I don't think he hates Democrats as a person. I think it's the actions that they seem to so often take that he hates. And so, I think he was looking at, the response from so many people that are assumed to be on the left and therefore Democrats. And I hate that as well. I hate the fact that a number of people, and this is teachers, this is military personnel, this is people in government, this is people that are leaders in this country, seem to have celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. I hate that.
Well, yeah, me too. I didn't celebrate it, and I'm a Democrat. But what Donald Trump, when he was president, when he lost the race and Joe Biden became president, there were signs out everywhere, dirty signs about President Biden. You don't see the Democrats; they didn't put no dirty signs out about.
Oh, I see those
Donald
signs.
Trump.
I see those signs all the time.
Where did you ever see them? I don't see any around here.
I just saw one this weekend up in Meadville. A big banner hanging out of somebody's house. I saw one at my sister's next door neighbor. Two big banners hanging off of their fence.
Well, I ain't seen any, but when Biden was president, they was everywhere.
And,
but again,
and I don't agree with that either. Now that wasn't President Trump that did that.
Well, the way I understand it is,
and I don't understand. I don't agree with that either, Pete.
Right, I understand that. Now I listened to that comedian. What's his name?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, and what he was saying, I didn't see him say anything about the murder of Charlie Kirk. What he said was the Republicans, the MAGA party was trying to distance herself from that family, and the reason was because that family's Republican, and the first shooter that shot at Donald Trump, his
Pete,
family
I got to
was
run. We're out
Republican.
of time, and I'll address this when we come back after the break. This is WMBS Uniontown. It is 2:00.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump is expected to make an announcement today on autism. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
This will be a powerful display of how the entire Trump administration is committed to addressing root causes of chronic conditions and diseases, embracing full transparency in government, and championing gold standard science.
CBS's Natalie Brand reports the announcement could tie Tylenol use during pregnancy to autism.
We'll have to wait and hear the exact details of this announcement today, but our CBS medical contributor, Dr. Celine Gounder, also notes that the best recent evidence and study does not show an association here.
A senior administration official says Oracle will receive a copy of TikTok's algorithm to operate for U.S. users. That's hoped to prevent the potential manipulation of addictive content. CBS's Willie James Inman has the latest on the plans.
That lucrative algorithm will be controlled by that U.S. joint venture, and senior White House officials say, we feel 100% confident that this deal will be approved by the Chinese. So one of the major things that the president will do in terms of moving this deal forward is sign an executive order later this week saying that this deal meets the terms of the U.S. national security review.
President Trump will leave later today for New York and the UN General Assembly. Much of the talks there have been focused on the war in Gaza and the country's recognizing a Palestinian state. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer reports France and Saudi Arabia are expected to do so today.
There is a war of words going on. In the short term, I don't think it's going to change anything one way or another. Israel is going to continue with its military offensive in Gaza, where 2 million Gazan Palestinian civilians are trapped in the war zone in appalling misery. And there's growing criticism of Israel for that. Not only for that, though, for also supporting Israeli settlers seizing Palestinian land in the West Bank. The pressure is piling up even more in New York.
There are new restrictions on journalists at the Pentagon, as Charlie D'Agata reports.
Those rules state in part that journalists can no longer gather or report information, even if it's unclassified, unless it's been authorized for release by an appropriate authorizing official, essentially them.
Reporters who don't follow the guidelines could lose access to the Pentagon. A number of charities have cut ties with Princess Andrew's ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, after an email was published in which she called Jeffrey Epstein a supreme friend. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Faith in Blue is back. The annual kickball tournament at Bailey Park in Uniontown connects local law enforcement and faith leaders with the community in an inspiring and family-friendly setting. It is an event that promotes unity, community pride, and most importantly, fun. Faith in Blue will feature free food, games for the kids, photo ops, and, of course, the kickball tournament. To register players, which include children ages 6 through 12, in the October 11th tournament, visit myfaithassembly.churchcenter.com.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you feeling?
when you see doctors Paul Hartley and Mary Beth Riley, plus nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckart, and Stacy Morris, you get one-on-one personal professional health care serving the area for over 3 decades. If you're looking for a primary care doctor, call Doctors Hartley and Riley at 724-437-1109 or online at ppcp.org. Or
Serving number 3,944.
Seasonal hiring is seeing an increase in contract workers, as correspondent Stephen Kaufman reports.
As companies sprint toward the final days of 2025, many are hiring contract professionals, 67% wrapping up their hiring.
To meet seasonal demands, support short-term projects, and stay agile in an uncertain economic landscape.
Robert Half, District Director Paul Flaherty, says when teams take time off,
skilled contract professionals can maintain momentum, help reduce burnout, and meet year-end goals.
Stephen Kaufman, CBS News.
A new study claims 60,000 people died from heat in Europe during last year's record-breaking summer. The study, published in the journal Nature, warned of the massive toll climate change is having on that continent. Over the past 3 summers, more than 180,000 deaths are blamed on the heat. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news.
being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant Dieter, keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It's 2:05. It's partly sunny and 79 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Injured, call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. Sports and weather will follow the news. A Madison woman is accused of shoving a 4-year-old child to the ground while she was working at a Scottdale daycare center. 58-year-old Krista Ondish is accused by Scottdale police of assaulting the child on September 5th at the New Hope Child Care Center and preschool where she was working. Daycare director Vera Stevens said Ondish was dismissed after she learned about the incident. Stevens showed the child's mother a video of the incident in which the daycare worker could be seen pinning the child in a corner, allowing another child to hit the child and shoving the victim to the ground. Ondish was arraigned Sunday night and was placed in the Westmoreland County Prison in lieu of $50,000 bond. She was released today after posting bond. A man accused of making threats towards his landlord and later causing a lawnmower to explode in Westmoreland County was in court today for a preliminary hearing. However, a judge granted a continuance so James Sever so he could get an attorney. Sever was taken into custody last week in Indiana County when an off-duty state trooper spotted him on the Hoodlebug Trail. Authorities said that Sever had been on the run for months after officials were called to a rental property on July 20th following reports of an explosion in Salem Township. Dave Martin, Sever's landlord, called authorities and said he started his lawnmower, resulting in an explosion underneath it. Investigators learned a month prior that the man had evicted Sever from the property. Sever is scheduled to be back in court in 2 weeks for a preliminary hearing. Gas prices across Pennsylvania continue to climb higher than the national average. AAA says the average cost per gallon is currently at $3.32 in the state. Meanwhile, the national average is at $3.18 a gallon. Fall officially arrives this afternoon, 2:19. Bree Tennis with more on the shift that the season brings.
Today, we officially leave summer behind and welcome in autumn. And it's not just a shift in seasons. We change our eating habits, too. Research shows there's a significant seasonal increase in calories, meal size, and frequency of eating when we change to fall. It's an instinct that dates back to caveman times. Conservation for the winter ahead. So go ahead and indulge. A good sweater can conceal a little extra pie. I'm Bree Tennis.
WMBS time is 2:08. Sports and weather are next.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, Monday Night Football tonight, Detroit is at Baltimore. We'll have the game on WMBS. The pregame is at 7. Kickoff is at 8:15. Steelers, they were 21-14 winners over New England yesterday. The Steelers are now 2-1, and they'll take on the Minnesota Vikings, who are also 2-1 in Ireland on Sunday morning. Kickoff will be at 9:30. Coach Mike Tomlin will meet with the media tomorrow afternoon. And it's time for hockey season. The Penguins open the preseason tonight. They'll visit the Montreal Canadiens. Face-off is at 7 o'clock.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
The Weather Watch is being brought to you by State Farm agent Nathan Ferguson. Call Nate at 724-438-7611 for life, home, car insurance, and more. Get a free quote now.
Mostly cloudy the rest of the afternoon, maybe an isolated shower or storm, 80 for the high. Cloudy, some scattered showers tonight. Will drop down to 66. And cloudy tomorrow with scattered showers, the high of 72. Right now, it is partly sunny and 79 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios at 2:10 on this Monday afternoon. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes here on WMBS.
The Weather Watch has been brought to you by State Farm agent Nathan Ferguson. Nate is there for you. Call 724-438-7611 for life, home, car insurance, and more.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
For the best lunch spot in town, visit Titlow Tavern and Grill on West Main Street in Uniontown. Serving up lunch including daily specials and daily dinner specials, including Wednesday pasta and parm nights with chicken parm for $15 and veal parm for $19. And half-priced apps and $1 off drinks during happy hour Tuesday through Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. and Saturday from 9 to 10. Titlows is also booking private parties. Call them today, 724-437-6749, or order online.
Are you looking for personalized healthcare you can trust? At Montgomery Medical, they're accepting new patients.
Hi, I'm Dr. Betty Thomas. Having a primary care provider means better overall health, from preventative care to managing chronic conditions. We're here to support you every step of the way.
That's right. Hi, I'm Jenna Lutzka, a physician assistant. Plus, we have same-day appointments and walk-in same-day care available too. We're here for you.
Join the Montgomery Medical family today by calling 724-569-8100 to schedule your appointment. A family tradition of family medicine.
Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling are the ones to call when you need a dumpster. Red Rooster offers fast, friendly service and provides medium-sized dumpsters that will fit your needs, whether it's a general remodeling project, emptying a house, or doing a summer or fall cleanout. Just call Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling at 724-569-0337 for rates and availability. Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling in Smithfield also offers a 5% military discount. Call 724-569-0337 and look for the Red Rooster.
Having Hicksonbaugh's Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller fill your prescriptions, offer free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and gladly answer your healthcare questions. Flu shots, the new Moderna COVID boosters, plus Shingrix shots with your doctor's prescription are also available at Hicksonbaugh's. Call 724-437-2828. Hicksonbaugh's Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
Concerned about your heart health? At WVU Medicine, we believe your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. Our non-invasive cardiology team uses advanced tests like stress tests and cardiac MRI to diagnose and monitor heart conditions without surgery. Call 877-WVU, the number 4HRT, or visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind here on WMBS. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We're going to continue with the open conversation. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line is 724-438-4519. 4593. We are being brought to you by Bright Stripes, Seal Coating and Line Striping, Gary's Auto Sales, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Hicks and Baugh's Drugstore, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, and Tireman's Auto Garage. So a lot of the conversation today has been concerning Charlie Kirk, and we can continue with that, but other things we could possibly talk about is the Steelers' win yesterday. It wasn't ugly. You might say they tried to give it away. Well, actually, it was really the Patriots that gave it away. But the Steelers will take the W in the column. So we can chat about that. Jimmy Kimmel being suspended from his late-night talk show. Modelo Especial beer has taken over the number one spot on the biggest selling beer brand in America. And Hamas sending a letter to President Trump saying if he can guarantee a 60-day ceasefire, well, they'll release half of the hostages immediately. So those are a couple things. Before we get to the phones, I just wanted to address Pete real quick and just exactly what Jimmy Kimmel said that got him suspended. He said the MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. Okay, it had been determined earlier that day, and maybe it was even the day before, that no, this kid was definitely left-leaning, hated the things that Charlie Kirk had to say, was no way affiliated with MAGA whatsoever. And to imply that he was and that Republicans and MAGA was trying to divert attention away from that fact was an out-and-out lie. And it was that lie that ultimately got him suspended from his post there on Jimmy Kimmel Live. 724-438-4593. Let's get a call going. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, sir.
Hi, this is Mark calling.
Mark, how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
Good.
Hey, about Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Now since this show's been canceled, I don't know how much of that $15 million a year annual salary they're paying him if he's getting it. You think, maybe they have one of those no-cut contracts, you're still going to pay him, or maybe they're not paying him.
Well, see, I don't think he was fired, let go. They've suspended it.
Yeah.
They've put the show on hiatus. So I'm sure he's still getting his paycheck. And how long his current contract goes, I don't know.
Yeah. If he's not, if he's not getting paid, maybe we go take up a collection, start a GoFundMe page there at WMBS.
Maybe. If this suspension, for lack of a better term right now, Mark, continues, I would imagine there's going to be some kind of buyout of his contract. Where ABC will come. Pick a number. Let's say
they're going to give him a big pile of money.
Yes.
Okay.
They'll give him a big pile of money right now instead of his contract. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's say it's good for another 5 years at $50 million a year. They'll give him a big payout of, I don't know, pick a number right now to make it all go away.
Yeah. Hey Russ, I got a great idea.
Huh.
Things are pretty expensive out there in Hollywood.
They are.
Now if things get tough for Jimmy, what we can do is we can offer him maybe a deal. He can come here, finish our sheepskin trail. We can finish the sheepskin trail, and we can offer him an exclusive franchise for bicycle rentals. Pick up a shop in Uniontown.
There you go. I like it. I like it. Yeah, to subsidize his big lump payout.
Yeah. He can help us out. We can help Jimmy out.
There you go. I like it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Russ. Well, hey, darn it, I meant to go. How you like that? It's 2:19. Fall is here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I meant to sweep out. I meant to sweep out the basement for the first day of fall. So I just have to wait till next year.
Oh, well, gosh darn. There's always the next time, right?
Yeah, right.
There's always another first day of fall, so it'll just have to be next year. Yeah.
Okay. That's all I got for today, Russ.
All righty. Hey,
Bye-bye.
you know, though, Mark, come to think of it,
Yeah.
today would still be before the first day of fall. It's just be next fall.
Oh.
You know, yeah, I know.
I prefer. I go by the hour. That's
Okay.
Russ. I go
Okay.
I go by the minute.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I'm a very detailed person.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Mark.
Okay.
Thanks for your call.
Bye later.
Bye-bye. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Well, I've got a better idea for job security for Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
He can actually start telling funny jokes.
Ah, okay.
Rather than like being a propaganda machine.
Uh-huh.
I'm so glad you read that quote. I don't think Pete would have been as confused if you'd read that. But yes, he said that the MAGA people were making political hay out of this assassination and trying to disassociate themselves from the political views of the shooter. The shooter was, my God, anything but MAGA.
Well, let's face it.
Number two, MAGA wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
Number three, Charlie Kirk hadn't been buried yet.
No.
There are bounds of respect in our society and propriety, and you don't violate those bounds. I mean, two families have been ruined here: Kirk's family and Tyler Robinson's family, who, by all accounts, were very good people.
Yeah.
But trying to make this into a
as
political
evidenced by
statement.
the fact that they talked him into turning himself in.
Oh yeah.
You know, they knew
Yes.
they knew it was him. They talked to a law enforcement friend of theirs, saying we think it's our son, and we've talked to him, and he's kind of admitted it, and help us get him to turn himself in.
Oh, his mother recognized him from the videos.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when the type of gun that was used was announced, the dad kind of put two and two together there.
But you take Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert, both suspended. Well, Colbert's canceled at the end of his term. These people have gone to making statements. They're not like Johnny Carson, who, twitted both sides.
Right.
And made people happy, did not make statements. I don't know if you remember a few years ago, after President Trump was elected the first time, Colbert walked to the center of the stage and he said, "Mr. President, your mouth is a blankety blank for Vladimir Putin." Insinuating that the president and Vladimir Putin were having oral sex. You can look it up exactly what he said. These are not funny statements. And where does Stephen Colbert wind up? Well, he gets an audience with the Pope.
Yeah.
Fawning over him. You're a funny man, and you're an angel sent from heaven to relieve the terrible things going on in this world. No. These guys were mouthpieces. And Kathy Griffith, who I thought was very funny. I always enjoyed her on CNN and her counterpart to Anderson Cooper. A potty mouth, but very funny. She poses in Vanity Fair with a rubber model of a severed head, dripping blood, of President Trump holding a sword. This is not humor.
No, it's not.
And this is what the extremists in the left have resorted to. I've had several conversations with my progressive friends over the weekends. Oh, we've turned into fascist Italy. We've turned into Nazi Germany. We're censoring these people. No one disappeared in the middle of the night. No one was sent to a camp.
And
Okay.
I want to point something out here too. There's this attack. This talking point that the government, the FCC, is violating the First Amendment over Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. saying that they were behind it. I want to point out that this assassin, although not government, he ended Charlie Kirk's First Amendment right to free speech. He sought him solely on the fact that he hated the stuff, the words that Charlie Kirk said. I'll go farther back in history when Hillary Clinton was urging social media to censor and kick Donald Trump off of their social media pages. I'll bring up the fact that the Biden administration created the Department of, what was it called? For lack of a better word, the Department of
misinformation.
There you go. Thank you. With the idea of censoring people who were spouting information, which turned out to be true, by the way, that they didn't like.
Right. They hired that kookalook woman who sang Mary Poppins songs, and she was going to be the arbiter of who gets to talk and who doesn't.
Right.
She was gone in a few weeks from the Biden administration, but don't think this isn't this isn't a progressive agenda, not a liberal agenda, but of the far left.
Mm-hmm.
This business of censoring people, and they would do it in a heartbeat. But what Jimmy Kimmel said, the stuff Stephen Colbert and Kathy Griffin have been doing, far outside the bounds of propriety.
Yeah.
There's an expression: "Stay in your own lane."
Yeah. We'll go back to Saturday Night Live. The original team of Saturday Night Live, and I'll go back to that first season, was Chevy Chase, where Chevy Chase, he did the imitations of Gerald Ford. And they poked fun. Do you remember when President Ford tripped and fell?
Oh, constantly.
Yes. I mean, they made fun of that with the fact that he can't walk and chew gum at the same time. And to me, that was okay. That was perfectly within the bounds of political humor. But Saturday Night Live has evolved, or some might say devolved, to the point of it's constantly poking at President Trump and Republicans in a way that's just not funny.
Well, these are hateful statements. These are not. There's nothing funny about someone holding a severed head or saying something filthy about the president. I remember when George Herbert Walker Bush lost the election, and he had one of the cast members from Saturday Night Live, I'm trying to think of his name, who did a wonderful imitation of him. He had him at the party.
Oh, Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey, right. He could laugh at himself,
right.
and he was pushing Carvey to do this. Come on, do the imitation.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, we lost the election, but we can all laugh about it and shake hands. Yes, there is certainly a lot of room for political satire. Sarah Palin copied the term going rogue from Saturday Night Live. That was part of a skit, and that became the name of her book.
Mm-hmm.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And Charlie Kirk laughed about South Park's imitation of him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that. There is room for things like that. But as I say, this is a hateful dialogue that's been part of the progressive movement. I don't say the Democrat Party, but the progressive movement, and it needs to go.
Yeah, well, I watched a couple videos, Charlie Kirk videos, and and this goes to his character. A young woman came up to the microphone to debate him, and she was wearing a T-shirt that had, I'm going to try and be nice here, very derogatory statements directed at Charlie Kirk himself.
Okay.
And he was okay with that. He says, I'm glad I'm living in your head rent-free. You know? And they went on of having some kind of debate. But here it was, I mean, this woman, this young lady, wearing a T-shirt that basically told Charlie Cook where to go and what he could do when he got there.
Okay.
Okay. And he just took it in stride and said, okay, I know where you're coming from. Let's talk. What do you want to talk about?
Well, he was giving people a voice, and this is what's so important. So many people just have knee-jerk reactions to politics. He allowed people to come up and speak. I did not see him as a bully. I'm sort of like you. I don't know a lot about him. I did see little cuts from his dialogues online, and I thought he was doing interviews. I really thought he was kind of a man in the street doing interviews. But he was giving people a voice. He didn't shout them down. He didn't call them names. Debates do get contentious, and there are things that can be construed as hateful. But I thought he was, invigorating people, making people think, and certainly sincere. And what Jimmy Kimmel said was not respectful of a man, who's just been assassinated.
Here's another one. One on his podcast, he's had Gavin Newsom on his podcast, and they had a nice relationship. But most recently, Van Jones, he's a commentator on CNN.
I know exactly who he is. He's very bright.
He came out yesterday and said, I debated about telling everybody about this, but I'm telling you. He says, I got a text from Charlie Kirk on Tuesday, so the Tuesday before he lost his life, where Charlie said, look, I know you and I are opposite ends of the political spectrum. I would love to have you on my podcast so that you and I can talk about the issues and debate and go from there. And Van Jones says he and I disagree on just about everything, but here it was. He was reaching out to me with an honest invitation for a clean conversation. And I think that coming, people from the left that are starting to come out, thank God, and tell stories about this. I think can be helpful.
It doesn't surprise me. It's a tragic moment for the country, and I think this kind of dialogue is something we need more of.
Yeah, absolutely.
People discussing ideas, and Charlie Kirk's presence was an event on these campuses, and students need to think, and they need to see both sides, and they need to have a voice. And just a shame. I tend to think that his widow is going to do more with this. I don't think his work is over.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, but I am looking forward to seeing how all of this progresses from here out.
Well, of course, he's more renowned in death, really, than he was in life.
Yeah, but I mean, current information suggests that Gen Z is, and Gen Z, I believe, is defined as 18 to 35-year-olds. They are moving more and more to the right and registering as Republicans. So, which really has got to be frightening to Democrats, that they're losing that, starting to lose that younger base.
One of the progressive tropes is that the MAGA movement is not too brainy. And when you have college kids in their formative years who are seeing both sides, and they're tipping to the right.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to really scare, that's really got to scare the left wing of the Democrat Party.
So, Frank, I got to run here, my friend.
You've got a radio show to do. So.
Yep, got a commercial break to get in, and some more callers here as well. So
Well,
I thank you for your call, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
Very good, Russ.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Frank. Bye-bye. Hey, this is What's on Your Mind. It is open conversation today. 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. Give me a call, and we'll do some talking and chatting and conversing right after this.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Thurby Riverside Ford announces the C Ford in a new light sales event. Check out these special deals.
The 2025 new Ford F-150 XLT Hybrid 4x4 has 3.9% for 60 months plus $3,000 in retail bonus cash. How about the best-selling SUV in America? The 2025 new Ford Explorer has 3.9% for 60 months plus $1,500 open bonus cash. And the king of all trucks, the new 2025 Super Duty XL 4x4 has 3.9% for 60 months or $1,500 retail customer cash.
It's time to see Ford in a new light. Did I mention the new 2025 Ford Maverick Crew Cab XL all-wheel drive starting at just $29,065?
Thurby's Riverside Ford, your 26-time Ford Presidential Award-winning dealer, located 1 mile past the casino at Nemacolin. Hurry, offer ends September 30th. Ford Motor Credit financing required. See Joey, Jimmy, Sammy, or Ashley for your Thurby deal.
Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown and owned by the Vernon family, wants you to know they have new hours. Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come on into Casey's and check out their new menu ideas and entrees. They could also cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126. Casey's, the best in Fayette County.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
Your local station, WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation, and both lines are open. Give me a call at the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. As I said, both lines are open, so no waiting. Well, for the first caller, anyway. So, anyway, what else do you want to chat about? So, I guess, well, according to the news, we're officially into fall now. Tomorrow will be the first full day of fall, but you know what? You couldn't ask for nicer weather, right? We got about 79 degrees out there. Partly cloudy, mostly sunny though. Right now, it looks like a cloud has gone over the sun or is blocking the sun out. So, but it's a gorgeous day out there. So, take it all in and enjoy it because before too long, we're going to be down in the teens, and you're not going to want to go outside. So there you go. But a lot to do still. I know it's a little late. The Covered Bridge Festival in Greene and Washington counties was this past weekend. Didn't get a chance to do it this year, but last year did, and it was a fun time going around to different ones. I think my wife and we hit about 5 different covered bridges last year. So that was a fun event. Other things I'm sure are in the works. You got haunted hay rides going on right now as we start heading into, Halloween month, right? So you got those to look forward to. If you like fall foliage, well, we're in one of the better places for that in the country. Saw over the weekend that, the Laurel Highlands has been voted. Yet if we weren't one, we're in the top 3 places for looking at fall foliage. So that's something to look forward to as well. 724-438-4593. Got a call working its way through the system right now. And as soon as that starts blinking on me, we'll be able to bring them through. And that's not happening right now. So I don't know why. But okay. Steelers getting ready to take on the Minnesota Vikings in Dublin, Ireland this coming Sunday. I think game time it's either 9 or 9:30 in the morning. So a lot of Steeler faithful are making the trek to Ireland as we speak. Are you one of them? Are you heading to Ireland for the game? Let me know on that. Hello. Welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Well, Russ, this is Leanne.
Hey, Leanne.
I'm throwing in my 2 cents here. I really, I'm not exactly sure how to word this. Everybody tends to jump to conclusions before facts are out, but then one never knows, and I'm using quotation marks, which facts come out, if any, about Donald Trump's involvement with Jimmy Kimmel. Mm-hmm. And whether or not I'm a fan of that is moot. But I did a little bit of research because the only thing I could find comparable to that, and I didn't watch her show either, was Roseanne Barr being fired, killed off immediately, and a spin-off show being done without her presence after she made a comment. And it says that ABC and Disney and executives, were behind that. And I should have looked up the year because I was wondering who the president was and why that person didn't get blamed for bringing that about.
Well, let me see if I can find out here real quick.
Okay, I didn't do quite all my research. I'm ashamed to say, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Let me see. What did Roseanne Barr?
I think it was like 2018 or 17 or something like that.
So it was 2018. So that would have been President Trump's first term. What did she exactly say here? That's what I'm trying to...
It was a racist comment.
Yes, and it had to do with Valerie Jarrett, who was part of the Obama administration. Come on, where is it here? This I'm on a New York Times article that's addressing it, but it's not telling me exactly what it was. Just she posted a racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett.
Okay.
Oh, Ms. Barr wrote, if the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby, it would be Valerie Jarrett.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, and that's disgusting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I don't know. At least as Charlie Kirk, I never heard of Charlie Kirk before, but of course I looked up things about him and found him admirable for the most part.
Yeah.
And I think that the positive reaction and the outcry and the massive memorial is testament to the fact that he affected a lot of people.
Well, I mean, he is credited. A lot of people credit him with President Trump winning this election. That if you look at the voting demographics, there was a big shift in the younger vote towards Donald Trump, and that is credited to Charlie Kirk and the work that he has done or did do.
But I'm just wondering if any fingers were if the Roseanne Barr firing took place during the first Trump administration, were any fingers pointed at him, implicating his influence in having her removed. You know, he says a lot of stupid things. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But he is an easy target. You know, he's blamed for everything from, the sun didn't shine today till on and on and on.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And that gets a little bit old. But I don't remember the name of your first caller, but I had to applaud that too, in that more than one person said that when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I did not feel compelled to go out and steal a television.
Yeah, I think that was Tony.
Yeah, Tony, that's right. Thank you, Tony. Or to go out and light something on fire. And when that occurs, there is such a little or non-existent hue and cry about the ridiculousness of that. And it's extremely noticeable, I mean, and especially from the leaders of the persons who are usually doing this, influential persons. And I find that hard to take, okay? There's no big outcry, and I mean that seems to happen pretty frequently when there is that kind of thing going on. Or when I think it was a Ukrainian lady sitting on the subway, and she was surprised, stabbed in the throat by a person of color, but everybody didn't set him on fire then, or bust out the windows of the whatever. So it's just a real interesting situation in our country.
It
one in which I have often said I am almost glad my parents did not live to see. Yep. Okay. I'm serious. They would have been just in disbelief at some of the stuff that's going on.
I know. I mean, I have talked to a number of people in my age group and older that are dismayed at the way things are going, and they don't feel sorry for themselves. They feel sorry for their grandchildren.
Absolutely.
They say, I'm going to be gone in, 10 years, 20 years. And so it doesn't matter to me. It's my grandchildren that are going to have to grow up in this mess and deal with the after effects of it.
Right. And that's the justification that a lot of couples will give for deciding not to have children.
Yeah.
And I've heard that for many more than one couple. We're not having kids because this world's a mess, and that's just sad.
It is. And that's something else about Charlie Kirk. That's one of the things he advocated. Get married young and have children. Have a family. Set down roots. Set down, stability and morality. Go to church. Go to church, because as I said, without a supreme being, without there being God, without there being Jesus, there is no right, there is no wrong. It just turns into absolute chaos, because it now becomes all about me and what feels good for me.
For me, yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a former educator, and I've been retired for many years now, I can remember when organizing a field trip and the students would ask you, what should we wear? The easy answer used to be what you would wear to church.
Uh-huh.
And then that quickly, it was like,
oh, okay.
Don't go to church. And okay, well, dress. I couldn't come up with a quick alternative.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And and that's been a long time coming there. So anyway, I don't want to hog your airtime. And thanks for listening as always.
Hey, Leanne, thanks for your call. Appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, both lines are now open, and I have to go take a break. So plenty of time for you to call the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. And when I come back, you and I together, well, we're going to close out this edition of What's on Your Mind.
There's a new bakery in the Uniontown Mall called Sweet Sensations, located in the former Annie's Pretzels. Sweet Sensations is open during mall hours. They can create cakes, cookies, pastries, or anything that you may want. If it can be baked, they can bake it. Now is the time to place your holiday orders. For more information, email them at sweetsensations1026@yahoo.com. Stop in and say hello and get a free sample. Call 267-881-0645. Sweet Sensations will satisfy your sweet tooth.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, a part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors, where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items, including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
I'm Asher from Uniontown Liquidation Outlet. Come shop with me for the lowest prices around. We have Amazon mystery boxes. They are $45 each. The boxes are fun and exciting for all ages. The boxes have anything from electronics, home decor, clothing. No two boxes are the same. They sell out fast, so stop up and grab yourself one and have fun opening the Uniontown Liquidation Outlet inside the Uniontown Mall. Visit us on Facebook, Uniontown Liquidation Outlet.
Although a message like this usually goes only to Chesler's mailing list of prior customers, a furniture sale this big demands a big approach to communication. As Chesler's approaches the fall selling season, and as the Tennessee Enterprises trucks arrive with the newest collections, Chesler's Fine Furniture's management finds the store is overstocked with too much inventory. Everything must go to give Chesler's room for displaying all the new tables, chairs, and servers. That's bad news for us, but great news for you. Chesler's management has marked down prices dramatically on hundreds of items, all in stock for either immediate pickup or delivery into your home. You're guaranteed to save on fine crafted furniture from Tennessee Enterprises during this incredible sale, now in progress. Financing and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Looking for a new spot for a night out? Then check out Shindig's Bar and Grill in Uniontown, located in Oliver Square. With regular live entertainment and themed events, and offering 6 diamond pool tables and 3 dartboards, Shindig's is the place to be. Enjoy daily specials, including Tuesday wing night, Friday's Cajun chicken Alfredo, and Saturday's incredible crab leg dinner. And stick around for karaoke nights, live music, and so much more. Follow them on Facebook at Shindig's with a Z Bar and Grill. Shindig's, your hootenanny hotspot.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. We've got about 4 minutes left in today's show. 2 callers on the line. Let's squeeze them both in. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, Russ. Good to have you back.
Thank
you were
you.
missed.
Thank you.
I just want to say that in all this confusion, to me it's confusion. This talk about Democrats, what they're saying, and all this nonsense. To me it's nonsense because you know what? I think in my heart, I enjoyed listening to Marco Rubio, who is really under a lot of pressure. He's going from Israel to England, and he stood up there and told the whole truth about what your relationship to God needs to be. And praise Jesus, because you know what? Otherwise, your hope is gone. And I hope that somebody's listening to that speech. I heard it on National Death this morning, and I was very thankful. That was one of the people that spoke at the Charlie Kirk event. So I hope that was clear, because when people bring up all these other things, to me it's like gossip, people talking in a classroom, and they're interrupting the main speech. If you know what I'm saying. So I hope that doesn't offend you.
Nope, not at all.
Thank you very much.
No, look,
you have a wonderful day.
In all of this, I consider myself a Christian. I want to be a better Christian from moving forward. I pray, not nearly enough. I want to pray more. I want to get closer. Now, is it because of Charlie Kirk? I don't know. Is it because, I'm 66 now, and, that time of life where you start taking stock of where you've been and where you're going? I don't know, and I don't know if that really matters. But it's what I hope to do and what I'm going to, moving forward, working to do myself.
Well, praise God. I know you have another caller, so I don't want to overrun. I'd like to hear them too.
Thanks,
God is
Regina.
good. Welcome back. Bye.
Hello. Welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hi, Russ. Glad to hear you back in the saddle.
Thank you.
This is Gene down in Florida.
Thank you. I'm sorry, what name?
Gene.
Gene. Hi, Gene. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with the previous caller. This country has lost the moral compass. Period. That covers everything. The moral compass. And Pete that called in and said that Trump said that he hated Democrats, that's not what he said. That is a blatant lie.
Okay.
What Donald Trump said, that he hates his opponents, he was saying that Charlie wasn't like him. Charlie was not hating opponents, but he said, I hate my opponents. That's what he said. And I never heard him say, really, he hates the Democrats, because I heard him say that a lot of Democrats he talks to, and they like him, and they believe in what he's doing. It's the far-left radical, crazy ideological outfit that's trying to overthrow our country and destroy it out of its foundation, period. Well, really?
Yeah.
Look what they're saying. Look what they're doing. And one more thing, I'll let you go.
Sure.
Josh Shapiro was interviewed on television. I forget what show it was. You know what he said? He went all through Pennsylvania to discredit Trump and said Trump is not right. It was all about Trump. He said, I went through the whole state to try to downplay Donald J. Trump as being unfit to be our president.
Yeah.
Oh, that party's divided. It's worse than divided. It's burned and crashed into the ground.
All right, Gene.
Period.
Yeah.
They're divided, and the voters will decide.
Yeah.
Not him.
They will. Well, we'll see what happens in 2026 in the midterms. So
I'm out there fighting every day, brother.
All righty, Gene.
Okay, love you.
Thanks for your call. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Hey, that just about does it for today's show. Had some great conversations. I want to thank everybody for calling in and taking part. today. It was a great show to come back to do, and I thank you from that. We're going to do some more again tomorrow. Same time, same place, 724-438-4593. This is What's on Your Mind. Up next, CBS News. It is 3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The White House says the president will take part in an announcement about autism next hour. Stacey Lynn reports.
Reports indicate that federal health officials plan to tie the use of acetaminophen during pregnancy to the disorder.